Okay, we're gonna try this again. Hoping the change I made fixed it. So far, YouTube live streaming has been a little frustrating to get working. So that looks like it's got a connection. It says excellent. Not complaining about streaming at 4K. It's been like a solid minute, so I'm just gonna go forward, hoping that it's good. It's done. Okay. Anyway, this is Mage Mayhem. You're a little mage. You got a bunch of spells. Well, a small number of spells. You can air jump as many times as you want, as long as you have magic left. You can slow time and kind of focus, and you'll kind of be pointing in a certain direction. This art is not final, like the focus thing. That everything else is like, you know, my girlfriend made all this art. It's pretty cool. If you let go of the focus, it's supposed to shoot something, like a projectile of some kind that'll kind of bounce around and hit targets. That just hasn't been implemented yet. But if you focus and then hit jump, you do a little dash, which I think will be nice and cool to have. This is going to be a very arcade style game. So we're aiming to put it into an actual arcade cabinet and put it into an arcade somewhere, hopefully near them, so we can like go see people playing it. That would be neat. But we're trying to limit the amount of commands the player has. So movement would just be on a joystick, and then the reason we have like the focus and, you know, dashing is through focus and jump is to try to do a 2-button system. So it's just really easy to build, play, hopefully easy to play. That's basically what we're doing. I have some ideas I kind of want to explore because, like, what's it called? Super Meat Boy Forever just came out. And I've been playing the hell out of that. I got to I think the last world in the game. That game gets fucking hard, but I hadn't really considered an auto runner as like a flow state kind of thing for like an arcade game. But I think it's kind of interesting, the idea that you could, like, you know, that you wouldn't have to worry so much about you know, where the character is moving, just that they're moving. I think that'd be pretty neat. I haven't talked to the other people. I'm working on this with my friend Dalton and my girlfriend Lyla. They have their own Twitch channels where we play games. I don't think I have a video, but I'll add it. You can hang out with us on Tuesdays and Thursdays where we play games. But before then, I forgot what I was going to work on. I have forgotten. Well, let's make more of a level. Here, main blocks. So if I remember correctly, there's a way to move sprite. How do you, like, control alt? Is it like shift? There's a way to move sprites like edges. I don't remember what it is. But move sprite by vertex. Positioning game objects. Let's see here. Vertex snapping. For a given mesh. These are not meshes. Can I use this for sprites? Press and hold the V key. Ah, there we are. Ooh, that is fancy dancy. Oh, that's Lyla Woods. That's my girlfriend. Thanks for watching. So we can snap stuff together like that. Make it pretty nice. We talked using Unity's tile system, but I don't know if that's really necessary at this point, now that I've like thought about it and put together some more stuff. Instead I can just snap things by their corners. It becomes very easy. Let's just turn off canvas, otherwise that's going to get in my way. So what would be a really basic level? Just something simple, like I grabbed these and duplicated these. Put them, oh, struggle, oh, we're good. That was weird, but we're good. Okay, we're good. What the fuck? So I did that, and then we just like, I'm just gonna copy paste all this. Get rid of this gap. Add in one of these bad boys. These two, I think. These two. And we have like a little level kind of thing. You gotta like get over this stuff, not die, hit these crystals, and get over here. I'm in play mode. Oh, I'm a fool. Can't believe I've done this. That's fine. It's not hard to fix. If we just take all of this, copy it, boop, delete these, and boom, there we go. Not hard to fix. Oh shit, but now they're not. Now they're not prefabs. All right, let's just redo that. That's easy. Actually, yeah, it's actually very easy. Just do this, and we do. Get rid of that. This goes here. Here and here, and get rid of these two. Boom. Easy level. Very simple prototype kind of level. I'll probably use the button. I'll probably put like a button, and then we'll have this button that when you press down the button, maybe there's like a timer to get over to this door. There will be like ceilings and stuff, but we're gonna worry about that in a bit. One thing to note that we are doing is this game is using a resolution of 12 by 384. It is a tiny 4:3 resolution, and it is very much on purpose. We want to really capture the like pixel art aesthetic, so we're using Unity's can we run this in edit mode, please? Thank you. So all of the pixels of this pixel art line up with each other, like not hard to see on stream, but here, let me zoom in. That makes sense. That's as far as I can zoom. You'll notice like with their feet, they always line up with the pixels underneath them, even though they may not be like that, like in engine. This results in a really nice looking pixel art aesthetic. And that's like this is the real size of the game, which playtesting in. If we set it up as I believe it's a windowed full screen game, then Unity will entire screen and put it to a 16:9 resolution, but just put black bars on the side, which is so nice and so convenient and make our job so much easier for putting it into our arcade cabinet. We don't have to worry about, it getting stretched to a weird resolution. I have already tested this in a build. It works very nicely. I think what I should probably do is the camera movement. I think it's probably the goal I should get to. But this has been at least an introduction to what this project is. If anyone ever has, I don't know, ideas, comments, just put them in the comments. Just let me know what you think of the game. I will at some point be builds of this onto my itch.io page, which will be private and have a password, but I'll give the password to my viewers, so that y'all can play the game as we're making it and give us feedback and stuff. And I think that'll be kind of fun and neat. But before then, system. So let's see here. Main camera. Okay, I'm going to clean up this a little bit before I do anything, or else it's going to bother me forever. This is going to be our environment object, in which we are going to place everything, basically. Block, 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 gap, gap, main block. And if we put that away, boop, there it is. All gone, all cleaned up. Beautiful, I love it, amazing. All right, main camera. I have a follow script. So follow, where should I put that? Let's close up the scripts folder really quick. Create folder. I'm just gonna make this camera. Sure. We'll give that an assembly definition, as we should. Maybe camera isn't what it should be called. It's probably fine. What is build test? Oh, right. It's where there's a frame rate counter. That's where that comes in. It's very useful. It made me realize that one of the things I created was not based on frame rate, so it ran way slower at 60 FPS than at the 400 it runs in Unity. 300 frames per second is what it runs in Engine, but if I build it, it runs at about 60. So I had an issue with it. Stuff wasn't supposed to be. Let's go ahead and open this bad boy up, though. Probably should have opened this before I started the stream. I'll do that next time, because it can take Visual Studio a hot second to open. I do personally prefer Visual Studio. I'm gonna make this review because I don't really know how well y'all can see Unity. I may also, in the future, use my 1080p monitor for streaming. Make it a little easier on y'all. I don't know. But this should be at least nice. Let's get rid of all this. I don't need this. We're going to do late update so the camera can follow smoothly. We need a reference to the player. Private trim player pause. So transform.position equals player pause.position, which is not great, but we're going to start there. That's where we start, and we go from there. It doesn't have a target, so it's going to be throwing errors at me. It's going to be very confused. Boop. Cool. Alright, what the fuck? Oh. Okay, first off, you should be at depth 0. That's weird. Oh, right. Let's convert this to a vector 2. Maybe that would just solve my problem immediately. No, because it would probably be 0. Yeah, let's just do this. Minus vector 3 dot. There's not really like a slick way to move the z value. Dot 1. No, there's a forward? Is that it? Yes. Times 10. So we'll take 10 off of the z value. That should do. Cool. So it follows perfectly along with the player, which is not ideal, but it is a good starting point. You died. Player touch spikes. I think what I'm going to want to do... Where is that thing that I did? Here. Just fill them out. Probably move toward, I think. Isn't there... Is there a vector 3 move towards? That's not what I'm looking for. Vector 3 move towards. Yes, there is a vector 3 move towards. Cool. Okay, let's do that. So camera follow. So instead of just value every single turn, every single frame, we're gonna have a private vector 3. Would like me to explain anything, because I'm kind of doing a vague assumption that you might have some understanding of Unity. So if you ever have any questions, please let me know. I'm just going to put that in a comment for people to see. Will they see it later? Let's hope so. All right, we'll call this desired position, which desired position is going to equal the player position minus vector3.forward times 10. So that is where we want to be, but that's not currently where we're going to do transform.position equals vector3.move towards transform.position desired position, and our max delta, let's add a new serialized private float camera move speed. Move speed. Time dot unscaled delta time. Should I do? Let's just do delta times max camera move speed. Okay. So what it's going to do is going to take our current position and then move it towards the desired position, which is where the player currently is, at a speed determined by the frame rate, a speed that we set in here. So if I just set it to 1, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, slowly follows you. And this is a good start, I think. Set it to like 10, it's a lot faster. But it does not necessitate that the camera be right next to the player at all times. There are lots and lots of ways to do this. Some better than others. Lots of different ideas. Go with like a max distance that the player can be, I guess. So if the player is like outside of a radius, then the camera will start moving towards that, but that's not necessarily my favorite thing to do ever either. But can you like escape the camera? Because that seems like a problem. So we set this to 10, as it was, and try doing some dashing. Yes, you can absolutely escape. Not great. Player touch spikes. So I don't want you to be able to escape the camera. That's not good. What if it moved faster? Ooh, okay, let's float distance equals vector3.distance. So we're going to take the distance between our current position and the player position, and then add that as a multiplier on here. So, in theory, it should move slightly faster. Oh no. It's back to where we were at the start. Ruh-roh. If we take this off, just make that a 1. I actually really like that. Because the further away you get from the camera, the oh, but there is a hard limit to it, apparently. Let's do this though. Let's just remove that entirely. So we're taking the distance from where the camera currently is and where the player currently is, and using that as the speed it can move, which I think is a pretty solid idea, to be honest. I wonder... Well, if we just don't make levels, this should not be a problem. I would think. Yeah, because the farther you go, and what if we just times equal to, what if we squared that? So like it gets real fast the further away you are. Okay, this is not starting great. So that's too much. Alright. So let's field private. Let's give it a, what am I gonna call this? A distance multiplier? I can change that name later if I want. Not times 2, what am I doing? Distance multiplier. So let's make this 2. Okay. Yeah, see, it's still too focused on the player. You have to get really fast to escape the camera, which is not what I want. So I think I am going to go for that, we'll call it idea. Let's see. So, if the player, okay, let's write this out. Make this a nice comment. If player outside radius. If player outside, then you're going to want to start moving the camera based on how much moved, I would think. Yes. Hold on, I can visualize this. Yes, I use Paint as a professional programmer. It works in my brain. So we have a radius, and then we have a player, and say they get out here within a frame. So radius in the center is like here-ish, right? So during that frame, when we notice they're outside of the frame, oh, there's distance here. There's a difference. So we want to move that much towards the player. Oh, yeah. So that would be the distance from our current position to the player minus the radius. Yes, that makes sense to me. All right. Max radius. Radius, just for fun. So on draw gizmos, gizmos dot draw wire sphere, because draw circle isn't a thing that exists for whatever reason. We'll draw wire sphere. That's the one. Draw wire sphere, transform dot position, radius, max radius as a radius. So that'll draw a neat little sphere. So as radius, we can see how far the player is allowed to go before the camera starts following them, essentially. So, we'll make this, for now, just something small so that it's easy to work with. We'll get rid of all this stuff. So, let's see here. If vector 3 dots player transform dot position player pause dot position is greater than radius. So if the player is too far away from where the camera currently is, then we're going to move the camera. So our desired position is going to become oh man. I think it's going to become player position minus the position. So let's do this real quick. So that's player position minus the transform dot position. That should get us a vector in the direction of, yes, right? Yeah, that gives you a vector in the direction. I'm trying math. Oh man. Between two vectors. Destination minus origin. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Destination minus origin. Okay. So this is our desired direction. So we have a desired direction. This is the way we want to go. So if we normalize it as well. Also, we're actually going to want to do this here because we're going to want to reference the distance variable. So we have a direction. We need to take that direction and add it to our camera, but only in the increment at which the player escaped the radius. This amount right here, which is the total distance. Yes, absolutely. Desired direction times equals distance minus radius. I don't need parentheses. And then transform.position vector 3.move towards transform.position plus desired. Wait, why am I using move towards? Fool that I am. I think, if I have this correct. I might not. Things don't always work immediately. That's weird. I don't like that. Okay. Fuck. Oh, because we're using the... Dang it. Scheisse. Let's make this a vector 2. Normalize it. Add this. And then we'll do new vector 3. Or we'll do... We're going to have two different variables, a desired direction and a desired position. The direction will tell us which way the camera should go, but the position will actually be new vector 3, desired direction dot x, desired direction dot y, and negative 10. Desired direction, desired position. I would... Oh, then add the transformed opposition. Right. Yes. Yes. So this is just the direction. This vector that goes in a direction with a length equal to the amount the player moved. This frame. And we're going to add that to the transformed opposition. Actually, if this is going to be adding the position, then we'll just do 0 for the z value. In fact, we can just do vector 3 desired direction. Yeah, because that'll create a new vector 3 where the z is 0. Boom. Easy peasy. Okay. So let's increase this radius a bunch. See what happens. That's strange. Why is it properly? So the distance between our current position and the player's position greater than the max radius. Then we take the position minus the transform and normalize it. So that's our direction. And we multiply that by the distance minus the radius. Transformed opposition. What if I'm going to increase this to like max int? So just like a stupid amount. Okay, so it doesn't follow. Cool. So let's set this back to like 10. Why is 10 working the way I intended it to? For the most part. I mean, it's a little jittery, which is not my favorite. Stand? Because, like, this radius is huge, dude. Is the gizmo not correct? No. That is very strange. I don't understand it. What the fuck? Move out the distance and see what that looks like every frame. What? Oh, I know exactly what's happening. Oh my god, this whole Z value thing, it's getting annoying. Jeez. Let's transform this into a vector 2. Is that gonna work? Is it still gonna like that? I don't know. Maybe. Because the camera's at -10, so the distance between and 0 is 10. This looks better. Okay. Now let's reduce that radius again. Bring it down to like 2. Yeah, it's still a little jittery, which I don't fully know why that is, but it's pretty heckin' neato, because now it actually like works properly for the most part. Like you can kind of walk around in the center and the camera doesn't move. So what I could even do is combine this with the previous system, so that when you exceed the small radius, we get two radii. When you exceed the small radius, it starts kind of accelerating to player to kind of make it smooth, but when you hit a big max radius, then the camera does not let you leave that distance. So the player is always on screen, no matter what. I just don't understand why it's so jerky. I'm using late update, so in theory it should be fine. Maybe it's just jerky because that might be it. But I don't really know how to solve that one. I gotta be honest here. But I kind of want to try that thing that I literally just said. So, we'll have 2 radii. We'll have the soft radius and the hard radius. Gizmo.color equals color.blue. Blue, not black. That'll be a soft radius, and then gizmos.color equals color.red, and that'll be our hard radius. This will be our radius, and our hard radius will be that. So when you are outside of the soft radius, kind of like slowly follow you, the way we had it before. And when you hit the hard radius, it'll do all the fun stuff that I just put in there. So if distance is greater than hard radius, do this. Else if distance is greater than soft radius, do. So we're going to take all this, move it over here. We're taking all this, leaving it over here, but changing soft radius to hard radius. Yeah. And then we want to take this stuff, soft radius. Let's just, yeah, get rid of that line. Okay. Yeah, so that's pretty fucking... Actually, I did not expect that to work so well. if I'm being, but like if you leave the small radius, it kind of very slowly and smoothly follows you. Then if you go outside of that radius, it forces you in to kind of like make sure that you are staying within the screen bounds. If I wanted to. Actually, I think I'm going to. Let's make it like 7.5. It's a pretty dang big radius. Let's see what that feels like. Yeah, like, that is so cool. Also, nice dodge at the things by bouncing off the crystal. I'm gonna write some comments now so I don't forget how all this shit works. Outside hearts. Move the camera. Move the camera by the amount the player moved. Get the direction of where the is. Multiply the direction by minus radius to get the amount, to get the distance outside the radius. Player is outside the radius. Add that direction onto current position. Move camera. If outside the soft radius, smoothly move the camera. Further the player is outside the soft radius, the faster the camera moves. Easy peasy. Okay. I'm gonna make a note as well. Using a vector 2 wrapper, right? I think it is. Oh no. Is that what it's called? Oh no. I don't know. I feel like it's a wrapper, isn't it? I'm just gonna call it conversion because that's absolutely accurate. It's been a while since I used the word wrapper. Anyway, using a vector 2 conversion to remove the z equals -10 value from the camera position. Just so I don't forget in the future, because I will probably forget otherwise. I don't need these two. Those can go away. Boom. And then of course I'm just drawing spheres to show. Let's do on draw gizmos selected actually. We're doing on draw gizmos selected so that these circles don't just appear all the time. They only appear when I have the camera selected. Otherwise it might be kind of annoying. Yeah. So. Yeah, now we have a soft radius and a hard radius. And it works really well at slow speeds and at high speeds. I think this is pretty great. Ooh, one more thing else. So if you are within the hard radius and you're the soft radius, so now we're in the very small area, I want to very slowly move the camera towards the player's position. So transform.position equals vector3.move towards transform.position player pause.position. Except no, I don't want that, do I? Shit. Here's an idea. Let's do else, and then put an if. Get rid of these. We're gonna have desired position still equal the player position minus vector 3.4 times 10, so we can still get that negative 10 z value. Yeah, so we want that every time. But if they're outside of the soft radius, then we will move based on their distance away from the center. If they're inside of the soft radius, then we'll just move them at a constant rate. Design time dot delta time. It should probably be on scale, but we'll get there one step at a time. Because I want the camera to eventually focus in on the player. So like it should, yeah, it should slow down, but it gets to the player eventually. Yeah, basically it like speeds up the further out you are. Yeah. So that's pretty heckin' neat, I think. Tricky when you dash, which is not my favorite. Also, is this going to work if it's an auto runner? These are questions that are pretty important. They're pretty important to ask. Dalton is also like the lead design guy, so I'm going to want to talk to him about, you know, what the hell am I? What am I trying to say? About, you know, do we want to do an auto runner kind of thing, or do we want to be a traditional platformer? Because I don't know which one is. Because I think both could be fun, but I think it's a pretty good start. God, I really was going through this whole time. I mean, OBS says that it is, so I'm hopeful. But I think we're going to stop there. Get something done. That's really the important thing, is getting something done every time that I do one of these streams. So, thanks y'all for watching. I'll see you next Sunday. Dalton and Lyla should both be there next time. We'll be doing some art, and Dalton will be doing probably some design, level design, art, some programming stuff, you know, all the fun things that we can do. So